So we have some more recent developments in this Binance versus FTX, CZ versus Sam Bankman-Fried ongoing drama. For those of you who don't know, CZ came out and basically said that they are going to be liquidating all of their FTT. It sparked some insolvency rumors about FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried's trading firm. And CZ made the claim that they won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their back. Okay. Sam Bankman-Fried recently came out in a barrage of tweets, more or less saying that we have enough reserves to cover clients' holdings. We don't invest client assets, even in treasuries. We've been processing all withdrawals and will continue to be. He said FTX is fine, assets are fine. Now, where should you stand on this for the average person? Well, you should be on CZ's side. You should be on CZ's side, and here's why. It's not just arbitrary. I'm not even the biggest fan of Binance, right? They're decent, right? But, as an exchange, they're a decent exchange. Why should you be on CZ's side? Well, what Sam Bankman-Fried is doing is very dangerous, right? Whether FTX is insolvent or not, or rather whether their stable coin has any reserves or not, to me is secondary. The main issue here is principles. Sam Bankman-Fried does not understand the principles that Bitcoin and majority of altcoins that came after was created on, right? He just doesn't understand that. And how you could know that is by looking up what he supports. He said several times he wants regulation in crypto. He wants more regulation in crypto. Now, for your average person who's just getting into crypto, you probably think regulation is great and all this stuff. Once you actually understand economics and you understand what's going on here, you're going to realize why that's not the case, okay? Sam Bankman-Fried wants DeFi protocols to have to get licensed by the government. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think decentralization and government licensing goes hand in hand. I mean, those things are kind of the opposite, right? The point of decentralization is we don't need licensing, and we are going to allow the market to decide which things succeed and which fail. And that doesn't mean there's no risk. Yes, bad things happen. If you put your money into a risky protocol and it goes under, that does happen. But it should be up to the individual to decide where they put their capital. Once you have regulation, once you have licensing, once you have government embed in this industry, it turns into Wall Street. Look at what's Wall Street. Your average investor can't even invest in certain companies because they haven't met that, I think, is $100,000 threshold to do like angel investing. And there's so many different issues, right? And just philosophically, right? Cryptocurrency is anti-regulation. Plain and simple. Decentralization. If we wanted something to be centralized, we would just use fiat currency. It's regulated, right? I mean, it's complete nonsense what Sam Bankman-Fried has been talking about. Now, there was a recent, discussion between what's his name? Something Voorhees. Eric Voorhees? I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I think he's the guy who created Shapeshift. I think it's Eric Voorhees. Maybe I'm wrong. And Sam Bankman-Fried and Voorhees said, should we regulate, more or less, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, should we regulate speech because, terrorists might communicate, right? Should the government put licensing on, onto certain platforms and, regulate what goes on? And, Sam Bankman-Fried said, no, of course not. And then Eric Voorhees said, okay, so why is it different when it comes to transactions, like financial transactions? And this was in response to Sam Bankman-Fried's advocacy for government getting involved in DeFi. And Sam Bankman-Fried sounded so feeble and just completely incoherent He didn't really say anything. He kind of just made a word salad. And this kind of just shows you that, Sam Bankman-Fried is a moron, right? He's a moron. I don't know how you could be in favor of crypto and then donate to Joe Biden. Doesn't make sense. I mean, here is someone who is, openly advocating for expanding the state and, government control. And cryptocurrency is a means to escape government control and corporate control. What cryptocurrency is really based on is voluntarism and the idea that we know the rules for, again, I'm speaking broadly because there's many different cryptocurrencies, right? I'm speaking about, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the, there's others out there, right? And the point of crypto, beyond just decentralization, was rules-based monetary policy, wherein you know how much of something there's going to be. You know how much is going to come, roughly is going to come every year. You know how much, you know the rules in place beforehand. Versus fiat currency, you don't. The government, tomorrow, they could say, hey, we can't pay we can't pay the national debt, so we're going to have to print the money and inflate the debt away, and it's gonna be pushed down to you in the form of higher prices because expanding the money supply is gonna debase the currency, but you'll just have to deal with that. And also, we fudged the inflation data so it doesn't look as bad as it really is, right? That's the world Sam Bankman-Fried wants to live in, and it's because he doesn't understand the point of cryptocurrency. If you wanted something centralized, just use a centralized currency, right? I mean, that's it. I'm not even sitting here arguing that there aren't advantages over centralized currencies, right? There are. All the centralized fiat currency systems, they're more scalable currently. Absolutely. No one would deny that, right? A centralized database is going to be more scalable at this time than a decentralized database, right? But the benefits of a decentralized database are you're going to have higher forms of protection because there's no one node to go after, right? You're going to have the immutability aspect. You're going to have the aspect of, rules-based monetary policy where no just random institution could just say, hey, we're going to expand this or change that, right? I know I'm rambling on a little bit, but this is a very important discussion going on right now. CZ, we should all be, we should all move. Well, I don't really believe in keeping much money on the exchanges anyways, but CZ wins this hands down. Sam Bankman-Fried is a moron. Doesn't understand the point of crypto. Anyone who says cryptocurrency needs regulation is a moron. And I'll debate anybody on that topic live on this channel. All right. That's it for this video. Naughty DGen. Have a great day.